I think all ranchers agree on our current market is exporting. We basically are calf cow operators. We get our calves to 400 pounds, they call stockers. They get in a container. It's a 10-day trip to California. They get out of the container, they heal up there, and they continue on to all parts of the United States to get finished off. Like everybody keeps mentioning how much fallow land we have here on Kauai, there's no reason that we cannot finish them here. Everybody here knows about the grass fat market. There's no need for them to be grain finished. There's nothing wrong with grain finished cattle, but there's no need for it. It's not a necessity to finish them. The other thing is all of the byproducts, if you would, of any vegetable or fruit farm is also a good finishing feed for cattle. It's never been done historically here on Kauai, but they've done it on other islands. Maui has a good program. They used to use a bunch of pineapple tops. They also use cane tops. There shouldn't be any waste as far as the agriculture market here. I mean, like I said, the cattle can utilize all of the off crops, the bug-eaten crops, whatever it doesn't make first for table food. Those are still very, very good feed sources for cattle. So going on, like I said, in this room today, the mentality is going to be there is no problems, just solutions. We just look at them as a problem for the rancher, but it's really a solution for some other farmer. And I think this is what it's going to be. It's not going to be a great idea that's going to solve our economic problems. It's going to be networking. It's going to be realizing that my problem was somebody else's asset. And once we put those together, then that's how we're going to solve the problem. It's not going to be a new idea. It's going to be one we just never put together before. And that falls into no waste. We should have no waste. The agriculture industry, I mean, even buying a tractor, if you're sitting next to a farmer that also needs a tractor, there shouldn't be two ranches that sit next to each other, or two farmers that sit next to each other that both own a tractor. I mean, you don't need a tractor every day of the year, so therefore we should, with a co-op mentality, mixed use are things. And stewardship, people don't realize in the community that don't farm how important farmers and ranchers are to stewardship of land. You'll never be able to pay somebody as little as you pay a farmer to take as good care of land as we do. And for that, you should pat all yourselves on the back. Nobody, like I said, would take this little pay to do this much work to keep open spaces as healthy as they are. Like I said, management tool, I look outside the door here when we're coming. If you look outside the door and you see that open field of guinea grass, and most farmers shriel at the sight of guinea grass, that's our feed, that's our product, that's our crop. We're grass farmers. We don't harvest anything other than eat the grass off the soil. So when I look outside, I see there's a management problem there, and I have the tool, cattle. It's a mobile crop. We send them in there. They manage it until a table farmer is ready to put together his farming package. We either move the cattle off of it or move to a different part of it, but the synergy of the two industries, or all of it, needs to fold together. And typically a rancher ranches on a land and nothing else is done on it. That day has come and gone, I believe. The land is too expensive. We don't own any land. We manage 3,000 acres. We run 700 cow-calf pairs. We own 4 acres. And it's all on leased land. That we need to do more than just raise calves on the land that we currently lease and run cattle on. I can't say enough about the management tool that cattle bring to the table has never been looked at that way, and we like to call ourselves progressive ranchers. Our job is not to go out there and raise as many calves as we can. We're trying to utilize the space in its highest and best use, not on a development scale, but on an agricultural scale. Where can we go into a place that maybe isn't flat and ready for table food, that we can go in there and use the cattle as a management tool with very little labor, very little effort, whether it be fuel-wise or other, and at some point be able to turn it over to a vegetable farmer of some sort. But anyway, that's sort of the concept of the ranching nowadays is not just grazing open spaces and leaving them out there till they're ready to be harvested, and collect them and bring them back and ship them off. You know, we're looking towards being able to keep our grass-fed cattle here, using them as a management tool, and finding some byproduct that the ranch has that we can offer to another farming agency. So thank you again for having me today. Thank you folks all for coming, and we appreciate your involvement.